Holy shit. You absolute madman. You actually fucking did it. Joe Biden is the president of the United States. I am genuinely in a state of disbelief. Now hold on there, Chris. Why you smiling? I thought you didn't like Biden. I thought you weren't a Biden supporter. You should be out there freaking out and MAGA marching. Why are you so jovial and amused? I didn't want Trump. I didn't want Biden. I accepted political defeat months ago, knowing that the next president of the United States was going to be somebody that I just didn't much care for, which is precisely why I'm totally fine right now. Why am I smiling, though? Why am I having the time of my life? Because, my friends, I like to be vindicated. Pop myself open a glass Snapple to mark the occasion. For ages, I've been hearing, nah, man, you know what? If Biden wins, the right's not gonna freak out like the left did, okay? Nah, man, we're better than that. You still got time to join the winning team. Winning team. Ah, man. What's the verdict on that one? Should we ask our friend Jonathan Frakes?
It's false. It never happened. It's a fake. It's fiction.
Before we get into the actual crazy shit, I think first I want to check out this tweet that is honestly my new favorite tweet in the universe. It's by this cat bastard here who tweeted this like a mere week after the election. Liberals are pissed off. We're still happy and having fun. I find it hysterical.
This one was invented by a writer.
I've only had 2 hours of sleep in 2 days. Like you, I'm pissed, ornery, and physically and mentally exhausted. I'm crashing. Hope I can feel like myself again tomorrow. Keep fighting. It's not over until it's over. Love you all. MAGA forever.
It's so goddamn dramatic. I love it. I love it. You see, what's wonderful about this year's election cycle is we have 2016 to look back on and reference. So instead of people simply being, triggered and emotionally shattered by an election, you have people being, triggered and emotionally shattered by an election, but trying desperately to convince themselves, nah, man, it's totally not the same thing. Ooh, the denial, the self-gaslighting. It's, how you say, magnifique. It's kind of funny because there's a theory going around in my circle of friends that this year, 2020, is basically 4 years ago from a mirror reality, a Nega 2016, if you will. And at this point, this deep into it, I gotta tell you, I kinda believe it. In 2016, Shoeonhead and I were called Nazis by left-wing people for talking to right-wing people. In 2020, Shoeonhead and I are called communists by right-wing people for talking to left-wing people. In 2016, a geriatric narcissist won the White House despite everybody thinking he would lose. In 2020, a geriatric zombie won the White House despite everyone thinking he would lose. In 2016, you had countless videos of SJWs acting like psychopaths in the street. In 2020, you have countless videos of Trump supporters and MAGAs looking like psychopaths and freaking out in the street.
Are you mad? Your daddy didn't win.
I wish you were 18, I'd fucking remove your hand. Look at this little dyke.
Come and take it!
What is happening?
Trump 2020, motherfucker! Fuck out of here because I'm going tomorrow and my voice will be heard.
Oh, y'all thought Trump conceded. He did not concede. What's up, bitch? How
Please
you
don't
doing?
step on my foot.
Hi, bitch. How you doing, bitch?
Like, I just want somebody to come and save me.
Victory, 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 victory. For angels are being released right now. Angels are being dispatched right now. Hamanda aka ata raka te de baka sanda ata ambo osa kata rite eke banda ata.
As the famous philosopher Aristotle once said, the universe is like Imagine Dragons. It's repetitive, was never particularly good, and is somehow only getting worse. So without further ado, my friends, I present you with Nega 2016.
Oh, back to the lab again. Oh no, back to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again. Not again. Back to the lab again.
Are you still there? Good. We won't spend too long on this first work of art, because by this point everybody has seen this. It's probably the most famous instance of a MAGA trigger gone crazy, but I would be remiss not to mention this beautiful, beautiful soul right here.
The Biden crime family stealing this election. The media's covering up. We want our freedom for the world. Give us our freedom, Joe Biden. Joe Biden's covering up this election. He's stealing it.
The Biden crime family stealing this election, and the media's covering it all up. They said the media's covering it all up. They said, give us our freedom, Joe Biden. Give us our freedom from the world. Give us our freedom from the world. I don't know why you need freedom from the world, but nevertheless, the lyricism he's spouting is Speaks to the truth of the heart. I can't not shout out the impeccable choice of apparel there. Barbecue, beer, freedom. In the true spirit of gender equality, it's nice to see a live, laugh, love for the boys. For you see, my fellow Americans, this man is our fiercest warrior. And in the fight against the radical left, we'll need every strong fighter we can get. After all, if there's anything we've learned over the last 4 years, it's that the radical left is a cult. 4 reasons the left's methods are far more cult-like than Trump's. I mean, all you gotta do is think about it for just 2 seconds and you got your answer. They're all wearing the same stupid hats. They're relying on nonsense magic to influence the real world. What a bunch of Looney Tunes! Anyway, here's a bunch of MAGA people praying outside of a polling location in hopes of keeping their charismatic leader in power. I don't know who needs to hear this really, but I feel like some people out there really do. Dragon Ball Z is a cartoon. Trump isn't like battle damaged in the White House asking for you to like lend him your energy. It's not how that fucking works. What are you doing? What are you trying to summon an ascendant hive? It's so creepy. This guy's fan base is like a fucking religion. It's so off-putting. But you know what? If you wanted to turn to magic, just do what a normal red-blooded American does and go to church. Seek guidance from your spiritual leaders like popular televangelist Kenneth Copeland over here.
The media said what? The media said Joe Biden's president. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah. I think I missed the punchline, but I bet it was great. Okay, that was a bad idea. Shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have done what I just did. The world is inane enough without people trying to commune with arcane forces. So how about instead of doing that, we relax with a little bit of Twitter. I'm sure people on there are more calm and reserved and
Feeling okay.
prepare for a fun November. Geez, I'm guessing by the image here, this fella expected a different result than the one that we ended up with. I wonder how he's holding up.
The pathetic weaklings that comprise the GOP deserve to suffer. When your enemies lie bloody and broken before you, know that I will be watching.
You pathetic weakling. While you were out there voting by mail, I was studying the art of the blade. I don't know how to use these. The funniest thing about this one, in my opinion, is the fact that, like, let's say hypothetically, the courts actually do rule in Trump's favor and Biden somehow loses the election. I don't think that's gonna happen, but let's say it does. This dude just outed himself as a massive cringelord for no reason, if that's the case. I think that's the real joy, It's November. It's almost Thanksgiving. This is the kind of shit that I'm thankful for. God bless elections. What else we got, huh? What else? Throwing out California, Trump won the popular vote. Yeah, well, that is how ignoring things tends to work, isn't it? If you just ignore the whole rape thing, Bill Cosby is a pretty decent guy. If you don't count the red states, the US is 100% blue. My goodness, Twitter is at this point where education goes to die. It's also a great place to find really poorly aged predictions.
I think Kamala and Biden might be throwaway candidates. They know they're going to get steamrolled in the election. Trump 2020 landslide, even with everything going on with COVID. I think that's what we can expect. I wouldn't be surprised at all if Trump had a 49-state landslide. I think we could see a 49-state landslide. We may be looking at a Mondale-Reagan type scenario where Trump landslides 49 states. And we may see a 49-state landslide.
Look, guys, Tim Pool isn't an idiot. Tim Pool's a pretty smart guy. I know this. So when I say what I'm about to say to you, I want you to keep that in the back of your head. I genuinely don't know how stupid you have to be to have ever believed that this election was going to be a 49-state landslide. I barely even care about this shit, and I knew from the second that I heard that take that it was gonna age about as well as third act Hercules. We're living in one of the most divisive and polarizing times in modern history, where everybody is at each other's throats nearly every moment of every day. No shit, it wasn't gonna be a landslide. It wasn't even a landslide 4 years ago, when the most hated politician in human history, it feels like, was running. Come the fuck on. Man, it's something about this out-of-touch, oblivious overconfidence. Just feels so familiar. Where have I experienced this before? So strange. I'm sure I've seen something similar, but I just can't put my finger on it. Ah, well, it's just not coming to me. Must have imagined it. Honestly, guys, I'm sincerely overwhelmed by the amount of cringe that has fallen out of this election. We didn't even talk about the dapper TikTok mega cringe king, Ian Miles Chong, Dave Rubin, Ethan Ralph rage quitting his stream after Georgia was called for Biden. I don't know, man. There's a lot of shit. Perhaps a two-parter may be in order. Maybe we'll hold our own election about that. Now, I know a lot of people are going to watch this video and see my retarded smiling face and assume that I'm really happy with a Biden presidency, when I'm really not. I'm just happy about all the material I get now. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, from a career perspective, I'm elated with the results. From a political perspective, I'm very disappointed. As I've said multiple times, I lean left. It brings me no joy to see what is essentially a standard-ass Republican in the White House. The same guy who told big executives and big donors nothing will fundamentally change under his administration. Some pussy shit. So fuck Biden, I don't like him. But I'd be lying if I said it didn't bring me immense joy to see a community of people who have, religiously rallied around this one fucking glorious leader. Watching them squirm and cry and complain, I do love it. It brought me life 4 years ago, and it brings me life today. And honestly, guys, after all of this, I have a pretty decent amount of respect for Donald Trump in that I sincerely believe he will go down in history as one of the, if not the greatest con man in American history, potentially world history. And I'm not even saying that in, like, a disparaging way. Like, I think it's sincerely impressive that he just bullshitted his way into the White House and managed to gain a following that is so religious about him. That you can't deny that that's talent. But alas, all things must come to an end, and quite honestly, his tweets are a bit cringe lately. I feel like he would have had a better exit from the White House if he just tweeted something like this, really roll with it. Anyway, guys, I think that's going to be it for me today. I'm looking forward to the comments on this video, because if Derek's video is anything to go by, I'm in for some blazing takes. I'm excited about that. I appreciate you. Hope you had a laugh. Hope you had a smile. And I hope you didn't identify with any of the shit that I made fun of today, because quite honestly, I don't think there's a cure for that. I will say, though, before I go, that the right wing did make me proud in one aspect, in that they never resorted to cringy political rap. Not once have I seen a right-wing, cringy, political...
Abolish the police to bring peace to the hood? Y'all doing more damage than the cops ever could. America is racist, let's defund the police.
No.
Give me 4 more years.
No, please.
What comes next?
Stop.
Liberal tears.
I did get nothing for free.
You did so well up until now.
You ain't gonna burn that shit.
No!